From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, January the 4th, 2023. A rocket was fired at Israel from Gaza last night, falling short and landing within Gazan territory. The IDF tweeted a failed rocket launch that fell in the northern Gaza Strip was identified tonight in accordance with standard operating procedures. An alert was not activated. The rocket was said to have been fired in response to Israel National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir's visit to the Temple Mount earlier in the day yesterday. Terror group Hamas, who controls Gaza, had threatened such action if Ben-Gvir went ahead with the visit to the holy site. Though it should be noted, Ben-Gvir's visit was during the time permitted for Jews to visit the Temple Mount, and he did not enter the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Therefore, according to Israel, not changing the status quo at the holy and highly sensitive site. The Times of Israel reported that the United Nations Security Council will hold an emergency session about Ben-Gvir's visit, formally requested by the United Arab Emirates and China on behalf of the Palestinian and Jordanian UN missions. British Chief Rabbi Ephraim Mervis will be knighted. The JTA reports that Mervis will be named a Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire, citing King Charles's New Year's Honors List, which recognizes the rabbi's interfaith activity, his addressing global events with his vision of a Judaism of responsibility, intervening, for example, it notes, on the plight of Uyghur Muslims, and being an advocate for greater inclusivity in Orthodox Jewish life, establishing greater opportunities for female leadership, and also noting Mervis's championing the cause of faith schools and Jewish education, and that he issued a guide on the well-being of LGBT plus pupils in Orthodox Jewish schools, the first of its kind anywhere in the world. Citing the Jewish Chronicle, Mervis responded to the honors, saying, "I am enormously honored and deeply humbled by this award. It will be particularly moving for me to receive this award from His Majesty the King in his first year as our monarch." A nano-satellite from Tel Aviv University was launched yesterday from Cape Canaveral in Florida on SpaceX's Falcon 9. It is the school's third nano-satellite in less than 2 years. And Tel Aviv said the first Israeli satellite to test the reliability of super secure quantum and optical communications from space, fully designed, developed, and built at Tel Aviv U. The dean of its Faculty of Engineering, Professor Noam Eliaz, said the satellite is expected to orbit the Earth for about 5 years and carry out several scientific tasks. It carries on board, he said, for the first time, batteries made by the Israeli company Epsilor that will provide it with energy for its entire life in orbit, saying its main mission will be to communicate with the new optical ground station set up on the roof of the Shenkar Physics Building on the Tel Aviv U campus. Israeli superstar, the late Ofra Haza, was named amongst Rolling Stone's 200 greatest singers of all time list. Haza, who died in 2000, was ranked at 186 by the magazine, which wrote, inspired by her Yemeni Jewish ancestry, Haza combined traditional vocal conventions with modern technique to create something that felt at once ancient and ahead of its time. Haza, by the way, represented Israel at the Eurovision Song Contest in 1983, coming in second place with her song Chai. She also sang on the soundtrack of a number of movies, including The Prince of Egypt. Her vocals in Hebrew and English can be heard on the opening number in the song Deliver Us.
My son, I have nothing I can give but this chance that you may live. I pray we'll meet again if he will deliver us.
And the highest-ranking Jewish singer on the list from Rolling Stone was Bob Dylan at number 15, Aretha Franklin in the number 1 spot. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, January the 4th at 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study. At 7:30, a discussion from the Shalom Hartman Institute on the two-state solution versus confederation as models for resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict with Dahlia Scheindlin, Michael Koplow, and Mijal Bitton. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with the stars of the hit Israeli TV show Shtisel, Michael Aloni, Dov Glickman, and Neta Riskin. At 10:30, actor Mike Burstyn is joined by television pioneer Norman Lear, who reminisces about his bar mitzvah, discusses his own brand of Judaism, his love of Shabbat, and more. And coming up next, it's Thinking Out Loud. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, January the 4th, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.